Well, so here I am in the front seats of the Nissan Kicks, and I have to say that the cabin has a very nice and posh feel about itself, and that's largely because you get nice leather over here. It's a very soft touch material. Also, the top end of the dashboard is made from nice and good quality plastics. The top of the door panel also is made from good quality plastics. So the feel inside the cabin is one of opulence as well as luxury, and it's definitely ahead of its main rivals, including some compact SUVs. In terms of the cabin ambience, you also get stitching over here and stitching on the seats, which gives it a very upmarket feel. Now, in terms of the features, this car comes with a whole host of them. You get a cool glove box, you get ABS, EBD, you get Apple's CarPlay and Auto, you get front LED projector lamps, you also get cornering lamps, you also get hill start assist. Along with those features, you also get a very thoughtful touch, and that is a 360-degree camera over here, which gives you a bird's eye view of your vehicle. And that's a very thoughtful touch, especially if you live in an area where there's very tight parking places and getting your car in and out can be tricky, because it gives you a bird's eye view. It also is very handy in showing you the distance from the wall or the next vehicle behind you. So it's a very thoughtful touch, a very sophisticated feature, and it's something that you'll truly appreciate. It's better than all those fancy connected apps, because those apps need networks, and network issues are always there in India. So this is definitely ahead of all those other fancy features. But there's also a feature which is missing, and that is a sunroof. Nissan hasn't given a sunroof on this car, and that is a big disappointment for some people, because a lot of compact SUVs also now get that feature. But to be honest, if you live around the Delhi NCR region, 90% of the time you will never open the sunroof, because it's always hot here, and when it's not hot, it's always polluted like it is right now after Diwali. Overall, a very impressive place to be in. The quality, the comfort, the features, the ambience is top class, and I'll give the front end of the Nissan Kicks a strong score of 9 out of 10. So let's see how good the back seat is. Well, so here I'm in the back seat of the Nissan Kicks, and as you can see, in terms of the knee room and headroom, this car is more than sufficient. What's also good about it, it's a wide car, so you can have 3 occupants in the back quite easily. There's a bit of a lump in the floor panel, but it's not too much. The footwells are generous to accommodate the feet of whoever's sitting here. And if you're not in the mood to have these 2 beverages, the cup holders over here, there's a place for a couple of beverages. You can always close this and sit here like a boss. Good thing is that the knee and hip angle is at a nice 90 degree. The seat also offers you very good support for your under thighs. The backrest angle also is very good. And if you are someone who enjoys sitting in the back seat all day long, you'll enjoy the back seat experience of the Kicks. The only negative is that the window doesn't go all the way down. So if you go up the hills, then doing this will be a little uncomfortable. It'll be uncomfortable because even the sill over here is slightly higher than other cars, but I'm just trying to nitpick at the moment. Overall, it's a very well made cabin. It's a very thoughtful cabin. Why is it thoughtful? Because the parcel shelf over here at the back is a split parcel shelf. You get 2, so you can always lift this one up and take out stuff from the boot while you're in the car. You don't have to get off every time you need to take out something from the boot. Very thoughtful car, very well engineered car, and I'll give the back seat of this car a strong score of 8 out of 10. Well, so the boot of the Kicks is exactly the same size as the Creta. It's a 400-litre boot, and it's also very similar in terms of its overall design. There's absolutely no suspension intrusion. It's a nice and square boot. It's a deep boot, and there's also a minimal sill, so loading it and unloading it will not be fussy at all. A very impressive boot in terms of its shape and size. I think it deserves a strong score of 9 out of 10, and the reason I'm giving it 9 is because it has 2 parcel shelves. This is what I was talking about. This I've just removed. It was inside. You can always move it up or down and take your stuff out from the boot from inside the car without having to actually opening up the hatch. Overall, very impressive. A strong score of 9 out of 10. Well, so here I am driving the Nissan Kicks, and the car that I'm driving today comes with a 1.5 litre diesel engine which makes about 110 bhp of power. And in terms of outright power, it's more than sufficient. What you really like about this car is the fact that it offers you a very refined diesel engine. Even when you start off from cold, there's very little which comes in terms of the noise, so that's a good thing. And once it gets up to heat, it really is a distant murmur. Even when you're revving this engine hard, when you're on the highway or you want that quick acceleration move, this engine remains very quiet. So it's a very well refined diesel engine. What's also nice about it is the fact that it's a responsive engine, and unlike a lot of other cars which only start to respond after 2000 rpm, this one from about 1500 1600 rpm becomes lively and alert and feels nice to drive. You also get a 6-speed manual gearbox, and the gearbox is nice. It offers you short throws. It's an accurate gearbox. The clutch also on the diesel car is relatively light. It won't tire you out. It has a nice and lean action to it. And the best part about this car is its ride comfort. And it's a 6-speed gearbox, which means that flexibility of the engine on the highway also is greatly enhanced. You also get good fuel efficiency because of this 6 gears. In terms of the fuel efficiency, we've been driving this car around for the last couple of weeks, and we've got figures in excess of about 18 kpl, and we've driven it mostly in the city with the AC on, so these are good figures. On the highway, when we did take it out, we got about 20 kpl from this engine with that 6th gear, so the flexibility is greatly enhanced. What you'll also like about this car is its ride comfort. In terms of ride comfort, this is a brilliant car. In fact, this is the best car in terms of ride comfort. If you are in the market for a car which offers you great ride, no matter what kind of speed you're doing, no matter what kind of surfaces you're driving on, forget everything else. Forget that Hyundai Creta, forget that Ford EcoSport, and forget any other car. Just buy the Nissan Kicks and you'll surely enjoy the overall ride comfort. Not only is it comfortable, but it also offers you a very mature ride. It offers you a very, very reassuring ride. And as I just said, it is just the best car at this price point for sheer ride comfort. Now, in terms of steering wheel feedback, these cars aren't really meant to be taken on the racetrack. So even the Kicks in that department isn't really a car which can be called an enthusiast car. If you want a car in the SUV space which can be termed a true driver's delight, then I would suggest that you go ahead and pick up the EcoSport. But this car offers you a very mature ride, and it also offers you very mature handling, which means that the steering wheel is accurate. It's neither too heavy, neither is it too soft. So it's got the right amount of weight as well. And yes, you have to drive it in a sober manner to get the best out of it, because if you drive it like a boy racer, and in fact if you drive any SUV like a boy racer, it will not offer you a rewarding experience. So overall, I would give this car in the driving department a strong score of 89 out of 100. It's an enjoyable car to drive, it's a relaxing car to sit in, and as just said, it offers you great refinement, great comfort, and a very slick gearbox as well. Overall, 89 out of 100, and I definitely recommend that you keep this car in your shortlist if you're in the market for an SUV and want a car from about 11 lakh rupees to about 13 or 14 lakh rupees. The Kicks is a car you should definitely check out at your nearest Nissan dealership. Well, overall, the Nissan Kicks comes across as a very strong all-rounder, and you should stop being a bad snob and simply take a look at this car and keep it in your shortlist if you're in the market for an SUV which starts from about 10 lakh rupees and goes up to about 13-14 lakh rupees, because on pure talents and abilities, this is one of the strongest contenders in the SUV space. It comes with a very plush and very opulent cabin. It comes with a very comfortable ride, and it offers you a very refined diesel engine, which makes it a strong all-round. In fact, the diesel engine in this car and the ride comfort on this car is better than its main rivals. What are the main rivals? You let me know in the comments below. And if you agree with me, then definitely keep this car in your shortlist. If you don't agree with me, well, you can always check out our review of its main rivals, the Kia Seltos by clicking over here, and also check out its other main rival, the Ford EcoSport, by clicking on this link over here. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by clicking below. It's bye for now, and thanks for watching.